Welcome, folks. I'm Jabby Okoye, joined by ACHARA, KIRK.
What's up?
We're looking at the IMAX version of the Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer, which just dropped a few minutes ago. I thought that this would be an opportunity for two things. Number one, I'll try to be less emotional this time. And the first time we watched it, I was trying so hard to not be emotional while watching it. Anyway, point being is, I'm going to concentrate more on the details this time around, and we should get a greater sense as to what is in the picture, what's in the frame, because it's IMAX, in theory. So if you guys haven't already, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and pretty please vote this up. Let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. Here we go.
No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry.
I do like her costume.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, little darling, don't shed no tear. No woman, no cry.
I wonder what this is like. In Western cultures, when you're in mourning, you wear black. In Thai culture, we wear white. I wonder if that is a funeral or like a celebration of life. They're looking, quite high energy, celebratory.
She's holding Black Panther's helmet in her hand, so I would imagine it's something sad. This is an ascension of her going through the ranks just by the very fact that, he's not here anymore, so someone has to take his place, and it's going to be her. Our first IMAX shot.
Oh, right, yeah.
Along the way, in this great future, you can't forget your past. So dry your tears, I say.
I love that it's like coming back around, kind of like the circle of life,
Sure. Another IMAX shot there.
Yeah. Oh my god, I didn't realize that there were people on the whales the first time.
No?
Did you see them?
Yes, that's why I was getting the Avatar Way of the Water vibes.
Going back to this and looking at like the inspiration of the costumes that they've done here, I mean, it looks like Mayan or Aztec. I know that that's an inspiration that they've gone for. I mean, and that's totally, that's so cool. The first Black Panther was a real celebration of African culture.
Okay.
And not just like a single one. It was like an amalgamation of a lot of different African cultures, and it felt like a real celebration. And so there's another opportunity here to do the same with this community here, with the Latinx community.
Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright.
One theory I had heard was something about how part of this might take place during that 5-year period.
During the blip?
During the blip. I had read something about that might be part of it. Not that the whole movie would be there, but like that might be part of this film. And so when she says, I lost my whole family, she might be talking about the blip.
Oh.
Yeah. The military thing, for some reason, is really upsetting. I don't know. It's like you have this sort of natural environment, indigenous tribe. Indigenous group of people. They just get invaded by, for lack of a better word, like Western civilization, Western greed, if you will, where they're just coming in and tearing down forests and whatever so that they can whatever,
I mean, yeah, this has happened throughout history, not just Westerners, but I mean, I feel like this is a human-wide thing that a lot of the times civilizations will come in and just overtake others.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a better way to put it rather than putting it all in Western culture. Watching the military come in, I don't exactly know what's going on, obs, but
in this scene here.
In the previous scene where you see the soldiers and then it's followed by this fire, like you're seeing what I imagine are Wakandans being. My immediate assumption was that they're Wakandans and these military are coming in to take from them. That's the sense I got. And then this being on fire, this was caused by the invaders who came into her place. That throne right there, is that the main throne? Let me compare it. We have an image here somewhere, right there. Yeah, it's the main throne.
It's the main throne.
And so it's being flooded. I'm imagining that this is part of Wakanda being invaded. Just like at the end of Ragnarok, it's established that Asgard is not necessarily that place that Thor was born at and lived at for so long. But Asgard is the people, right? And so Wakanda Forever, I would imagine, I don't know, but I would imagine has something to do with just the people staying united and forging ahead.
I'm just very curious about the whole Atlanteans.
Okay, so that's the beginning of the flood right there. The underwater Atlantean striking this is obviously causing a problem, I guess, at Wakanda. And then there's a flood happening inside of the throne room.
Right.
That looks like that precedes the other shot we saw inside the throne room, and it's just being flooded. It's on fire.
And we get to see Namor for the first time as well.
And when I wake up,
It's powerful, man.
Yeah.
That's really powerful. We're seeing Wakandans fight these soldiers. So it's definitely Wakanda that was getting attacked in the earlier part of the trailer. And you can see people, scientists huddled in the corner over there. So you're right in what you pointed out earlier, which is, you always have these more powerful factions, groups dominating other factions or groups. That's just been a thing.
Yeah, I mean, empires have been around for millennia.
I guess I was using the deforestation example because that's just the thing I grew up hearing about. You look at history and you look at India and Africa and how much they have been colonized and whatnot and how much has been just taken from them. That's why I got that sense of it. You're seeing what looks like Western military fatigues.
Right, yeah. I mean, I imagine that they would be coming for Wakandan resources.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
That's the sense I got. We have no idea what role Martin Freeman has in this particular scenario. We don't know if he's on the good side still, like trying to help the Wakandans.
I think so.
That was my assumption.
Yeah.
But tides turn. And
just because he's white, he's evil.
No. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and you don't know what those desperate times are exactly in this particular story until we've watched it.
Right. So do you think that the main villains then are the army faction that you're pointing out, or is it Wakanda versus Atlantis?
I think that Wakanda is getting hit from all sides in this story. That's what it looks like to me.
Okay.
No, they're dealing with severe loss, and they're dealing with being attacked while they're weakened. That's what strikes me as this story. Even during this breakdown of just trying to talk about it, I have a hard time for some reason. It's like, it's such an emotional trailer. And looking at the comments, I was like, looking at Greg's reaction too, I was like, golly, like, I'm just happy I'm not the only one. I felt like a weirdo.
No, why?
I don't know.
Would you be? I mean, like, Black Panther was such an important movie for so many people, and Chadwick Boseman, his performance as T'Challa was incredible. It's legendary. I don't think anyone can imagine recasting someone else in that role, and it's a weird thing to have the franchise continue on without its lead actor.
So the song keeps chanting, everything will be all right.
I think that's what they're trying to tell us.
And usually you're saying that during the most difficult of times.
Yes.
Usually you're saying that when shit is just rough, like shit has truly hit the fan and you're like, we'll be okay, we'll be all right, we'll be all right, we'll be all right, we'll get through this too. And I suppose that's what's also adding to the emotional factor.
Well, they've put together the trailer in such a way that the trailer beats follow the song, right?
Right.
That in the beginning it starts off kind of sad, and then we're seeing a lot of, people being sad and sad imagery, but then when it turns around to like, it's gonna be all right, you see images of people looking more positive and coming together, and it's turning around, and I think it's telling us, the audience, like, we had a loss, but we're gonna be okay.
Yeah.